Hey everybody, Rich here. Well, I've been messing around with Xubuntu, and I actually did install it on my netbook, which happens to be a Dell Mini 10V. I did it via Wubi, W-U-B-I, which is when if you have a Windows XP system, for example, and you burn a disk, or you mount a ISO with something like ISO disk or virtual clone drive or something like that, it will actually auto-run a piece of software that will ask you if you want to install Linux side by side with Windows. So that's what I did, and I was actually really happy with it. But anyway, the point of this video is I'm going to show you how I found out how to do the keystroke launcher, which was pretty cool, and some other basic stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to make a brand new user, which will reset the profile for that new user to default, and show you how I did all this customizing stuff, because this will probably help out some people that are messing around with Xubuntu and xfce in general. What I did here is I went to the, was it under system? Yeah, system, users and groups, and I'm just going to add in a user. And again, before continuing, this is slow because I am running this virtually. And I cannot screencast from my netbook. Well, not easily anyway, so best to do this on the desktop. Okay, password, yes. And let me go to the advanced settings. Give this user everything. It is me after all. Yes, 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 yes. Advanced. Yep. Applying changes, close, and log out. That's a VirtualBox resetting right there. Okay. And we have a brandy new user and a brandy new profile, which has dark looking panels and the stock Xubuntu, I think they call this a bluebird wallpaper. Nice enough, I guess. Kind of boring though. That's just my opinion though. Alright, so this is the way, actually let me make this so that it would be exactly as if you would see it for a new user. Oh, actually it is, I'm sorry. Okay, so anyway, this is the default desktop, and you saw my heavily modified interface before, so I'm going to show you how I did that. Now, before continuing, I like the fact, because you could do this before and you can't do it now. And normally when you say you can't do something, that's a bad thing, but this is a good thing. You cannot remove all the panels. You must have at least one panel present. So if I go to remove, if I go customize panel, and I have panel 1, which is top, panel 2 bottom, and if you hit the red thing here, if you try to erase the last panel, it will not let you do it. It will say, do you want to exit xfce, and it dumps you to a prompt, if I recall correctly. So it's actually good as a safeguard, because I remember once a while back I actually did delete the last panel by mistake on an older distro of Linux, and I'm like, oh god, how do I get this back? And I couldn't. I didn't. Oh, actually, I did eventually, but man, that was a pain. So, okay. Now, and by the way, that is how to reset a default desktop. Is just simply to create a new user. You can copy your home folder from one to the other, and then just in that new user's folder, and then you've got a reset desktop. So that's pretty cool. Although I do wish there was a way to just a button somewhere that says reset desktop, but there isn't currently. But if anyone from the Xubuntu team happens to see this, yes, that would be kind of nice to have, like a default profile or something, other after modification. Anyway, so first thing I do here is for panel 2, I get rid of that. panel 2 is now gone. Now what I need to do is add some stuff to the top here. So I right click, add new item. The first thing I need to do is add a task list right here. Add. This, for running programs, you get to see them up here. Flat buttons, yes. Show handle, yes. Automatically group, yes. Show task, no. And that's that. As far as anything else from the the workspace. So add new item again. I'll just type it here. Workspace switcher. Add. Number of rows 1. I only have 2 workspaces at any given time, so I need 1 row. So, yes. Actually, let me switch the workspace to. Yep. Okay, it's working. Just to prove that it's working, I'll put my user folder, workspace 1, switch to workspace 2, put the file system here, and move it over here. So if I go to workspace 1, this is what this is. Workspace 2 is this one. So get rid of this, back to workspace 1. The next thing I do is I make this into a detailed view by going to View, Detailed List, because that's the way I like that to look, and I'll leave this as a shortcut view. And close it. And now it comes time for the styling stuff. So let's see here. First thing I'll do is go to right click desktop, go to desktop settings, and just have none as far as wallpaper image is concerned, and do a horizontal gradient from blue to black. Actually, can you do? It'd be nice if you could do like a diagonal gradient. Well, I guess horizontal. Well, maybe I'll do vertical. Oh, now it is a. Oh. Maybe that is a horizontal gradient. Actually, no, wait, no, it's not. No, that is vertical. I thought it was horizontal for a second. Oh well. Make the blue a little darker. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Menus, icons, I get rid of my home file system and trash because I can go to places in my home folder and see that right here. I don't need them on the desktop. Yep, and menus is fine, background is fine, close. And now what I'm going to do is just change the top bar here, which application settings, xfce settings manager. And first, you can go to appearance or you can go to window manager. I do window manager first. And I will change this to industrial once I can find it. I thought it was here. Oh wait, maybe that's in the other place. I don't even know why I closed that. Is it over here? Oh, okay, yeah. That's under appearance. Okay, so appearance, industrial. Actually, I'll do all this first. Icons, high contrast inverse, which changes, and bear in mind these are my personal settings, but I just wanted to explain how I did it from my previous video. High contrast inverse, font, it's sans. I will change that to Ubuntu 10. I like the font better. Settings, no. Icon. Okay, we're done here. And I don't know why I closed that again. The reason I keep saying that is because all I'd have to do is just hit the overview button and go back. I'm used to Windows, what can I say? Okay, anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, the window manager. I forgot what I had here. Oh, Wallace. Yeah. Actually, let me bring this down. There we go. Wallace. That changes the window decoration. And I will get rid of the shade button. Now again, you don't have to do any of this. This is just my preference for how to set this up. And that's more or less done, I believe, at this point. And now it's time to change some of the stuff up here. I right click the applications menu and go to properties, and I change that to say menu. You could have it just say start if you wanted to, but I want menu, show title, yes, and I changed the logo because it is the default little mouse logo, and I like the one that is X, and I'm sorry, I'm going way too fast. I click the button icon here, and it is, yeah, xfce4 underscore xicon.png, open, and now it is in X. You could have it, can you have it not show an icon? Show icons in it. No, that just affects that one. That's okay. And by the way, you can have that change to any image you want. I'm in the Pixmaps directory right now. If you actually scroll up, you can go to like faces, and there's one here. I think there's one here. Yeah, there's a soccer ball. So if I open that one, now my menu is a soccer ball. But I'll change that back to where I had it in the Pixmaps directory. xfce4, yep, okay. After that, I'm going to, now this little divider here is actually for the task list, and I want this to be directly butted against the shortcut icon, so I right click the little grabber here and click move, and just click move it over there. And that's all we have to do there. And right click, go to customized panel, and right now it's at 24 pixel. I want that to be 20 full width. And by the way, here's something that a lot of people don't. I'm considering doing this myself. You can do normal width, and it will only take up the space that it needs, which is kind of neat. The only problem with that is that when you have a window open, you have all this blank space up here, which I don't like seeing, so I just make it full width. And yep, we're good with that. Now I'm going to modify the clock. Right click, properties, clock options. I want full minute, second, and AM PM. You can have it in 24. It's a 24 hour by default, but I want it to be full like that. And then hit close. When you hover over it, it'll actually show the full day. And you can change that too. That's called a tooltip format. You can have it as custom or whatever you want. Now, if you do a custom, for example, it's R. %R is the standard, but if you did like percent, let's see, is it H? No, lowercase h is abbreviated month. Capital H is hour, colon, percent. Capital M for minute, colon, percent. S for second. I don't know what the ante-meridian, post-meridian is. What's A? Yeah, lowercase a is the short day of the week. And then you can do M, D, Y. And I'll put a little dash between it. So now it says 720. Oops, hold on a second. This one I'm going to have is it capital T? Yeah, okay. Nope. Capital A maybe? I'm still new to this. You have to forgive me. Well, anyway, I'll leave it as the. Let me try the R. Okay, there we go. So I have the R, which is the time with the ante-meridian, post-meridian, and then short abbreviated day of the week, month, day, year, which is fine. To this day in Windows, you cannot do this. Not on a single bar, anyway. If you extend it to 2 tiers high, you can do it. But not a single bar, you still cannot do it to this day in Windows. And I've always hated that. I prefer Windows as my primary operating system, Windows 7 that is, but the clock just makes me mad. It really does. Okay, now I have to go and I'm going to go to the Software Center and add in. Actually, I have Chrome already installed, I think, from the previous user. I have to wait for the Software Center to load here. It should carry over from the last user, which it did. If it wasn't installed, you would install it here. Now it comes time to add a shortcut up here. So I right click the panel, add new item. I'm going to add a launcher, add, and call it Chromium. Change the icon. you go select icon from drop down the menu, do application icons, and you will see it if it's installed. Hit OK. And then for the command, I hit the little button here, and it goes to the bin, as in the binary directory. It's got to index them first. Once you do this once, it's faster afterwards. So it starts with a C. I just type C H R. There it is. Chromium browser. Open. Try that again. Okay. So it's going to launch Chromium, USR bin, Chromium browser, working directory, my home directory, and OK. It puts it way over here. So I right click, move, over here, and now it is here. And yeah, that's kind of messed up. You have to do that many steps to get a shortcut in the bar. I'm sorry, I know shortcut is a Windows term. I don't know what. A launcher. Okay. It takes that many I almost said it again. It takes that many steps to put a launcher. But once you do, you can just click, and it treats it as brand new. So Google. And close that tab. Maximize. Okay, and the final thing that I'm going to show is how to do keyboard shortcuts. This took me a little bit to figure out, and especially how to do keystroke launching. Now I know that Control Escape does that. That's predefined. But to do custom, what I wanted is to have a keystroke launcher so I could just search for what I wanted and launch it from a keystroke. Now I found out in accessories there is the application finder. I said, oh, good. Okay. So if I search for, like, say, Chrome, oh, wow, there it is. And I can just go. And as a matter of fact, I don't even need to use my mouse. I can do CHRO, enter. You have to make, well, I do have to check that. It will remember it too. Enter, enter. And it launches it. Bam. Done. Cool. So, close that. What is this? Oop. Might have run into it. I don't know what oh, there it goes. Oh, I was closing. That's what it was. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get the application finder onto a keystroke shortcut. What I wanted to use is Windows key F, as in Foxtrot, for find. As in, they call that key the super key in Linux. So I said, okay, well, how do I do this? So after some digging around, I said, okay, it's settings, and settings manager, and keyboard, and application shortcuts, and aha, we got some apps shortcuts here. Well, I wanted to add my own, so I said, okay, let's go. Add. First you have to do the command. Now this I had to really dig for. This was not easy. So it dumps you in the bin directory, and it turns out that that one starts with XF, because that's xfce. This is something internal to the window manager, and app finder, that's what I wanted. So xfce4-app finder, open, and now at this point, I don't know if I have to do I hit OK? Yeah. And now it is prompting for what keystroke I want to use. So I super F. So what happens is that when I do Win key F or Super F, however you want to say it, it will launch. So I'll close. Now I'll try it out. Ta-da. And now I can CHRO and go. And that's a beautiful thing. Yes. So I have my keystroke launcher. And I didn't even have to download anything to do it. It was built into xfce. I said, oh, that's cool. A little bit backwards in the way that you have to do it. Yeah. But I'm glad I can do it. Because I didn't want to assign individual shortcuts for specific apps. Although I could have. I wanted something that I can just do a single keystroke. It launches it, and I just search for whatever is installed. So if I want Abbey Word, I just type ABI, and there it is. Enter, enter. And there it goes. And the great thing about this is that if you want to know why I am so hot on keystrokes is because it's just faster than the mouse. It just is. So if I want to find something, for example, just I can do it basically that quickly. And that is faster than, oh, I gotta take my mouse and, oh, where was it? Oh, it's under off. Oh, okay, and then click and go, and then it will launch another instance of AbiWord. I just like having it as the actual keystroke. It's just easier. So anyway, that was that. So that is how I set up my whole thing. I'm still messing around with. I did have to update and enable some drivers for the wireless card, Broadcom thing. That was the only snag I hit when I had to install Xubuntu on my Dell Mini 10V. But other than that, this is essentially what I did, and it works out great. And yeah, that's about it. If I have anything else to say about it, I'll do another video on it.